And 3, 2, 1.
We're back with the Flipper.com show live. Tales of the Cocktail 2015. Our huge room 372 in the Monteleone. Lynn House. Lynn, how you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you today?
Always awesome. You guys killed it this year downstairs at the corner bar of Tales of the Cocktail. Every time we walk by, a huge line waiting to try your cocktails. What were you guys making that was selling like hotcakes?
We were doing Domaine Canton, so we had kind of 4 different cocktails going throughout the day. Throughout the day, we featured my Kiha Mai Tai. So it was Domaine Canton with our Whaler's Dark Rum, 151 rum, I think that was a big draw. Some fresh citrus and pineapple, and then I had 3 different guest bartenders throughout the day. So
you had to be tired.
So I was going. Oh no, I did a blender drink. I did. I was like
done.
I did the master batch the night before. I got the ice, and everyone else was like, "Genius idea." I'm like, I knew I was bartending from 10:30 to 5:30. I was not shaking a thing. So,
experience right there for you.
Exactly. You do that once and you learn. So,
awesome. Now let's go back. This is your 7th Tales, you were saying?
This is my 7th Tales.
Now, coming from your first Tales, what was the motivation going to your first one to, do you have different goals now being your 7th Tales?
Well, my first one, I was behind the bar. I wasn't working for a brand. I was running a beverage program in Chicago. And, Tales was just, it was the buzz. It was like the 6th year of Tales. This is the 13th year of Tales. And everyone in the industry is like, you've got to go. It's great. It's so much fun and all this stuff. You'll learn. You'll see people, meet people. And that was the impetus just to come for the first one. I attended a few seminars, attended a few late night parties, attended a few early morning parties, and really regretted it for the week afterwards. But I just had a really good time. Live and learn. Had a really good time. Now I work for Heaven Hill Brands, and so I'm working Tales. Tales is no longer a party for me.
You have to be here. You have to be here. You have to be here.
So my biggest goal now is, you can hear the little Lucille Ball in my voice right now, is to not completely lose my voice biting the tails. Make it through all of our events, all of our activations, and just, bringing people into our brands, whether it's trade or consumers and such like that. So
you guys have been doing some great stuff with Heaven Hill and growing the portfolio, and I think growing in the right direction. And one of them is the acquisition of Domaine de Canton. What was the reason behind Heaven Hill acquiring this, and what are your thoughts on the product?
First of all, my thoughts are amazing. I'm from Chicago, and Chicago is a launch city for Domaine de Canton when it came out back in the early 2000s. So I've been very fortunate to work with this brand from like day one, and was one of the first accounts in Chicago. So I was excited when the email came out. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, I get to work with this liqueur, and for us it just made complete sense. We're a whiskey house. Whiskey is our foundation. We have a lot of vested interest. But, whiskey and ginger, I always say, it's like Fred and ginger. But only I've learned this throughout the year, you have to be of a certain age to get it.
I was just going to say, only you and I are going to get that joke.
I got so depressed. I was in Boston. We had all these showgirls. I'm like, Fred and Ginger. And they're like, who? What? I was like, Fred and Ginger. And they're like, what? I'm like, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers. Yep. And I was like, oh. So I'm Googling, like, dance classics. So, but it's just, we know like the horse's neck and all the original cocktails that whiskey and ginger just really lend themselves beautifully. So it was a great niche to fill in kind of a void in our portfolio.
I think it's an amazing product, and just to see not only that, but Palma is growing like a wildfire. And you guys did a great seminar with us down in USPG Palm Beach for the Tiki seminar.
Yes.
And one of the most poignant things you said, it was probably something so simple, but blew my mind when you said it, was, think of pomegranate. It's a pomegranate liqueur, right?
Right.
And grenadine is really a pomegranate flavor. Sub out the Palma for grenadine.
You don't have to, don't use the bright red stuff because that's not pomegranate flavor. That's just bright red flavor. And, pomegranate molasses and all those kind of things can be incredibly expensive. But Palma is great. It'll give you a slightly lighter, brighter. But, grenadine, that flavor profile has been in classic cocktails since the 1800s. So it's, even though we're celebrating our 10th year making Palma, so it's a modern liqueur, it's actually a very classic flavor. And just like Domaine de Canton, tremendous integrity, all natural, nothing artificial, so.
It's great.
I'm a lucky girl. I get to work with some good stuff.
We're blowing through it. It's crazy in South Florida. Now, this Larceny, tell me about this.
So Larceny is a project of ours. We launched Larceny, I think, about 3 years ago. She is a wheated bourbon, so that means that wheat is the secondary grain to the corn. It's a beautiful blend of 6 and 12-year-old bourbons. So some really great age and depth to it. Larceny came out of the gun. We expected to have it national within a year, and we're still only in 14 markets. So we can keep up with the supply of those 14 markets. So if you are a Larceny market, pat yourself on the back. If you're not, we're working on it. We'll open up 2 or 3 new markets each year. But it's 6 and 12-year-old whiskeys. So we can only bottle so much a year.
Yeah. We only got so much to give.
We've got a lot more barrels and rick houses right now, and in 6 to 12 years we'll have even more. But at the moment, it's a really beautiful special whiskey. It's 94 proof. It is named in honor of John Fitzgerald, who was a bondsman, and he was a great lover of whiskey. And back in the day, I used to have a key for the rick house, and they would come and he would help himself. To the whiskey,
so
and
that's the little key back
that's
there.
what the little key is in the Larceny, and they always knew when you picked up a light barrel, like that's an old Fitz barrel, which is one of our brands, and where that came from, a John Fitzgerald barrel, and so this is the same mash bill as that, but some slightly the old Fitzgerald's a bottled and bond that we do that's 100 proof. So
awesome. And while we were in your corner booth down at Tails, I noticed you guys have a bartending competition coming up, and not just a bartending competition. The prize for the finals is how much?
$15,000.
Where do I sign? Tell us about it.
I am so excited. We actually announced this here at Tails. So it's just launched, and we're partnered with liquor.com, which is great, is our media partner, so amazing people there. And when we acquired Domina Canton, there was a fabulous bartender competition, which I know because I was actually one of the first, in the first year of it, one of the regional, so you can go on the website, the old website, and see it. I'm like, didn't win, but in there. I know, but now I'm winning. And so we've taken that competition, we've built upon it. So Palma, Domina Canton, Elijah Craig, and Rittenhouse, which are 2 other whiskeys of ours that we make. It's those 4 brands together. There is going to be from August 1st to October 1st. We're very, very strict with that deadline because it is national. There's an online that you can go to our website there for that.
bartenderoftheyear.liquor.com.
Right, and then we will whittle it down to 6 to 8 semifinalists, depending upon recipes. We're going to have 4 regional finals. They'll be here in New Orleans. I'll be back again. New York, my hometown of Chicago, and San Francisco. And then from that, we're going to pick the top 8. We fly them all to Puerto Rico. And there's a whole round robin competition that will happen down there. So we'll be at the St. Regis in Puerto Rico. We've already got it booked. It's fabulous. So even if you don't win, you win because you get a little Puerto Rican vacation.
Great vacation. I've heard about the bioluminescent lakes I just found out about today.
Yes, amazing. So we're excited. And then first prize is $15,000.
Oh, and then $15,000. By the way, awesome.
Yes.
I'm so impressed. So definitely sign up now. This is just a straight recipe submission, just online?
So you can actually go on now to the website and you can pre-register. And what's great about pre-registering, the way we built the link is that we'll continue to send you out, like August 1st, we'll send you like, hey, competition is live. Here, you've got 30 days. Here, you've got that.
Nice. We need to be reminded as bartenders.
We do need to be reminded as bartenders. I know when I competed, I was usually like, when's the cutoff? Oh, it's midnight.
Shit, I'm going to get real quick.
It's 10:58 p.m. I'm like, oh yes. So it's 7 ingredients for the recipe that you're submitting. That includes dashes and dots. We know what we're talking about there. I always have people I'm like, that's 13 ingredients.
Yeah.
So like, that's a dash. So it does include that. The brands have to be featured in that, of course. And you can use anything else in our portfolio. And we go from there. We'll spend about a month and a half with myself and the other national judges, dwindling it down. So I'm in judging throughout the entire thing. So it's going to be a pretty cool process.
You are constantly busy, but we got to cut to commercial. When we come back, do you mind actually maybe making a cocktail with us? I'm just saying, we got some great products here.
Sure, I always can shake a little something for you.
Oh, I love the way that sounds. We'll be back right after this.